Yes, that is a Boeing 737 MAX 8 jetliner touching down safely, of course, today in Washington. Said Boeing, it has full confidence in the plane's safety. Precisely the opposite view of now so many others worldwide. On top of all the countries now banning the MAX 8, unions for Air Canada's flight attendants and those in the U.S. say there are serious safety concerns. Likewise today, U.S. lawmakers from both parties.
These planes are accidents waiting to happen. The 737 MAX 8s should be immediately grounded.
But so far, U.S. and Canadian regulators continue to allow them to fly. Tonight, the U.S. Federal Aviation Authority emphasized its review of MAX 8s shows no systemic performance issues and provides no basis to order grounding the aircraft. This as investigators continue their work after Sunday's horror in Ethiopia and last October's MAX 8 disaster off Indonesia. Canada today continuing to follow the U.S. lead on this, but Transport Minister Marc Garneau today said all options remain on the table.
There are many possible causes of this tragic accident. So we are in the data gathering mode. We're looking for information.
For travelers worldwide, potential chaos, with some countries now forbidding even flyovers from MAX 8s. Then there are those with cold feet, such as Charlottetown's Daisy Chiang, who today, on learning that her upcoming flight to Calgary is on a WestJet MAX 8, wanted to change flights and planes, but was told no refunds.
I don't feel comfortable sitting on that airplane. I'm not risking my life and my son's life.
WestJet and Air Canada stand behind the safety of their planes.
The black boxes will have the answers.
Mary Schiavo, former Inspector General of the U.S. Transportation Department, raises another question as Boeing now brings in what it calls enhancements to the system suspected to be at fault in Indonesia and is now no doubt being looked at in Ethiopia. The real question for Boeing, she says, what took so long?
Did they really wait for more people to die before they would act? That's what it looks like to me.
So, Paul, the question a lot of people have here, is this jetliner safe?
Yeah, well, the FAA is confident that in the U.S., and Canada is on side with the FAA, it's confident pilots here can deal with whatever comes up with the MAX 8 and this automated system that can sometimes dip the plane. I mean, one theory about the Indonesia crash is that the system kicked in and the pilots didn't respond properly. It's the FAA's view that pilots here would be fine. That said, it would seem the dip happens. An anonymous incident report has emerged about a MAX 8 flight after the Indonesian crash, noting a similar pattern of events soon after takeoff. One pilot writing, the co-pilot called out, descending, followed immediately by another warning, don't sink, don't sink. But then the pilot reacted as the guidebook directs, disconnecting the system, and all was good. It landed safely.
Paul Hunter in Washington, thank you. At the heart of the concern around the MAX 8 planes, these faces. The 18 Canadians who were killed when Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 went down. And we now know all of their names, including Amin Ismail Nur Mohammed, who was 72. Dawn Tanner was a high school teacher in Hagersville, Ontario. And 9-month-old Ruby, the baby girl, was going to Kenya to meet her grandfather for the first time. She was traveling with her mother, brother, and sister who weren't citizens but called Canada home. Her grandmother was also on board, as were the grandparents of the 2 other Canadian children killed, part of that family of 6 on the plane.